Welcome to the Sci-Fi Center, the place to be, where comic books and wrestling collide magically. Movies, TV shows, and pop culture we share. Get ready to rock, we're here to take you there. From superheroes to aliens in outer space, we've got the latest news and reviews in our embrace. Turn on your screen, let the neon lights glow. We'll take you back to the 80s. Let's rock and roll. Sci-Fi Center, where the legends come alive. Get ready to geek out, let your imagination fly. We're diving into the past with a touch of modern flair. Sci-Fi Center, the ultimate pop culture lair. Come on down and get your geek to gift at the Sci-Fi Center. We got almost everything a geek could want at the Sci-Fi Center. You name it, we got it. Star Trek, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, and everything in between at the Sci-Fi
Happy Friday! It's been a long time since I've streamed on a Friday this early afternoon. This is a Patreon show. This is to show the appreciation for the people who support us on a monthly level. I don't know how many of you are going to be here, but this is your hour. So I'm going to start doing more of these. I got a YouTube membership one coming up on Sunday, so keep an eye out for that one. But yeah, we're gonna start doing a lot more as far as showing Patreon appreciation day stuff. We were doing them before, but the schedules and everything got messed up when we started doing a lot of watch-alongs and things like that, and that kind of like corrupted the schedule a little bit. But I at least wanted to dedicate an hour. For the patrons who are able to make it today, I got one backstage right now. The link is in the Patreon community page. You should have got a notification if you are available. If you're not and you're just watching the stream, this is your hour. Feel free to pop in at any point in time. Right now, I have Clint be the first one in. How you doing, Clint?
What's up?
Just a very productive Saturday. I got a lot of building I'm doing right now, so I've taken an hour away from that to sit down.
Well, that's a very good productive Saturday because today is Friday.
Friday, I'm talking Friday. Like I said, they're all Mondays to me. Every day is a Monday for me, but there are just different extents of Monday. But yeah, we dealt with the rain yesterday, and of course, my Cuban Missile Crisis era roof did not hold up, so we had to deal with that today.
I was wondering about that.
It was actually pretty bad. It was actually pretty bad. It actually leaked in places that it had not leaked before, which is a new low. It did its usual, and then it actually spread. So that tells me that the roofing was done wrong. Because if you don't know about roofing, I've done roofing before. You can't just patch up certain areas of an older building. The entire region has to be done. If it's not done right in one area and it's been reinforced in other areas, the entire surface. So just imagine that the entire surface of my roof will pull to my location.
So basically, they did a crap job.
Pretty much. If my area has any seepage or any type of breach, then the entirety of whatever hits the roof will come through my door. So my next door neighbor might be having a great day because they did it right on their end. But you know, downstairs, anybody else who's around me may be okay. But if there's all it takes is the breach to be in my area, and I got all the water. I got gallons of water through the store, but because what we've been through in the last 2 years in regards to rain and rain damage, I was ready for it, so there was no damage. It was just a pain in the ass having to fuck around with buckets and stuff. Like I said, I know it's a drought and all this, and people keep on telling me we need the water. I don't give a fuck. All right, I don't need damage. I don't need water damage in a business that is like 80% paper. I don't care where the water comes from as long as it doesn't come through my roof. I have no use. And so guess what? Vegas, you got your day of rain. I don't want to hear shit about it for another, 12, 18, 19 months? The weatherman I watched did his little happy dance because he'd been so depressed. We haven't got any measurable rain in so long. I'm like, okay, now you got your rain. You can save your song and dance for another year and a half.
What we need is snow in Colorado, western Colorado and Utah.
Yeah, that's where we get our water from. But you know what? I got bottled water. I'm going to be just fine. But all right, so like I said, Patreons, if you're not too busy, you want to swing on by. Otherwise, this is just going to be a free and easy open mic. I'm going to be on hopefully Babe since the invite. I plan on being on the Vodka stream right after this. Actually, I'm going to do some more building for another hour. So this is going to be we're going to end exactly at 7:00, if not sooner, if conversation isn't going. I don't know if I'm going to be back tonight. I will not have a co-host if I did. Brad is still out sick. I don't know what the hell he's got. This is
Captain Trips.
Yeah. I mean, he's been out, or not 100% for a long time. I mean, he was sick for his birthday. He was sick before his birthday. Maybe it's time for a hospital trip there, buddy. But yeah,
or a doctor visit at least.
Doctor or something, a shaman, whatever, witch doctor. So like I said, I'm not sure that I will be streaming tonight. Most likely not. I might spend that time here because I got a lot of woodworking, and the later I'm open late anyway. But the later I get into the night, the easier it is for me to do woodworking because I don't have to worry about too much. Like got my camera going on. And then tomorrow we're going to return. We have Excalibur. Speaking of Clint, we have Excalibur tomorrow at 2 p.m. I will make the event after I'm done here. Excalibur. It's a good film. I mean, like I said, I think it's one of the better films of that subject.
It is the best King Arthur movie I have ever seen in my life.
So we're going to watch tomorrow.
It actually covers the whole thing.
Yeah, it covers Camelot. It covers the whole deal. It's like I said, I love the armor. But yeah, Clint, he'll be my wingman on that one because I will probably not have according to Brad, he hopes to be well enough for the mainline show tomorrow at 8:00. But since this is Clint's pick, Clint will be my wingman tomorrow afternoon for this. This Sunday, we will be going a long block because of the fact that I did not want to do these Daredevil watch-alongs without Brad because that's, he loves that show, martial art, all that kind of stuff, and it just seems kind of hollow to do it. So we are going to stack up 6 episodes this Sunday, probably around 1 p.m., and then that should put us back on track to be done with Daredevil, the Netflix version of the series, and then we may, if we have enough time, we'll jump into Punisher, but we'll definitely be ready for March 4th, the premiere of Daredevil Born Again. How you doing, Jeffy? What's going on?
Yeah, doing well.
All right, let's see.
What horrible movie, Chappie, are you going to bring up?
Nothing much. I need to work on my Chappie Flicks logo. I'm gonna probably work on that this week, and then I'll have that be the official logo for every time we do a good Chappie Flick, I think. So I'll send it to you when it's done.
I can't wait for that. I'm holding it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good logo. I'm working on it very nice. It's gonna be really special.
Sure. Jurassic King, how you doing, man? I'm doing okay. How you doing, Larry? Yeah, I'd love to have you on. Taladia plays. Yeah, Taladia. No Storm movies, man. Now, I went over to man. You come on. I went over to Jared's site to see if I could steal some more. How you doing, guys? What's up, man? And you guys didn't have anything I could steal, so I just listened to the conversation. No Storm movie. I could see doing Storm and Black Panther easily, but that's later on in the game. But other than that, but yeah, that was a pretty good conversation. But like I said, I go over to Jared's comics lead to see if there's anything I can siphon off and repackage it in our show. They had some pretty good topics. I like those guys because, like I said, it's literally like talking to a bunch of comic book geeks, which the conversations I love to have. So, all right, let's see, multitasking moment.
So I heard they canceled Sandman Part 2.
No, Sandman Part 2 is coming out. That's it, though. There will not be a season 3 because of all
Yeah,
this.
I never got to ask you. What do you think of the whole like Neil Gaiman allegations?
That's all I'm going to say about it. I don't have any inside information right now. They're allegations. I'm going to give Neil Gaiman his day in court, the due process. I do understand why a lot of people are separating themselves from Neil Gaiman, though, because even if he is exonerated and found not guilty, they can't have their projects associated with that. So I'll be right back, guys.
Chappie, what is your avatar?
Christopher from District 9.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. You have a duck-like xenomorph, right?
Yes. So no horrible movies to talk about, Chappie?
No, I was just looking on my little logo, but it's all the movies that I personally like. That
have you seen Captain America or the new Captain America thing?
No.
No? Oh, I need to see it, but I've been busy.
Yeah. No, I may catch that one on streaming. I don't know.
So Larry, get your ass on.
Is he a Patreon?
I think he is. He made me a whatever YouTube thing several times over. Fourth could come on and annoy William for an hour.
We're gonna get a District 10 once Neil Blomkamp's finally come up with a great idea. He said they've gotten close to it, but not quite there yet. So yeah, I did hope he takes his nice time with it before we actually get an actual District 10 sequel. So that's the update on it.
So has anyone else seen Excalibur, the movie?
What?
Have you ever seen Excalibur?
I don't think I've heard of it.
It's basically pretty much the book Le Morte d'Arthur. And it's very over the top with knights.
Yeah.
But the armor is real.
Fourth, are you trolling us right now? Dude, yes, of course District 9 is a great idea. What are you talking about, dude? You're like smoking something right now.
Who are you talking to?
Fourth, he said something in the comment section I'm reading.
Oh.
I don't know if you can pull it.
Fourth don't like anything.
Yeah.
Other than crap.
I was just reading what he was saying, but I think he's just trolling us. Oh, fourth meant District 10. I mean, do I think it's a good idea? I mean, if you have a great idea, then yeah, I say yeah, go for it. If you don't have a great idea, then I'll say yeah, no, just scrap it entirely. But knowing Neil Blomkamp, I'm sure he'll have a very special idea for what he wants to do with District 10 in the future. So
that's District 9 was. Yeah, I don't understand why it got so much praise, but it was just above my head apparently.
Not a fan of it.
Well, I watched it and it was a movie and it didn't stick with me. I mean, the guy turns into an alien. Okay.
Yeah, it's much more than that, but that's just me.
But I mean, that's what it is. I mean, that's generally the whole the gist of the movie.
Uh-huh.
And then it leaves so many unanswered questions, like what's the spray for? Is the alien? Is it an invasion?
No, the
Is it?
spray is for the fuel for their spaceship that helps them go back home, but
But is it an invasion though?
I don't know.
Because
That's the thing that
that
that's
guy
the thing
turned
that they
into one
leave
of those
question is
aliens.
whether or not Christopher Johnson will come back to like attack us or like save his people. We don't know. It's
But
one of the most
the guy turned into an alien. What's the
But the
purpose of turning into an alien other than to make more aliens out of people? Just kind of like the xenomorphs. That's all they do.
yeah.
All they do is try to make more aliens. Xenomorphs.
Sorry about that. Customers.
Yeah.
I have to remind people because sometimes I have to go that I am in a actual functioning working hobby store, and sometimes customers come in. This is literally I'm right next to where my door is. Bam, you just come in. So sorry about that. All right, what were we talking about?
We were talking about District 9. Have you ever seen District 9?
Yeah, I thought District 9 is a good movie. I don't think it's a great movie. I think it opens up a lot of concepts and stuff that I think if they ever did a sequel, they could go really. But as a movie, itself, I think it's a really, really good movie.
It's a masterpiece to me.
Yeah,
But-
I from the first day I
It's
met
my favorite movie of all time. It's what got
all
me.
it is the guy turns into an alien. Now, are these aliens invading people with this spray?
No, it's about aliens
Wait,
being.
I mean, you're telling me no, but
Well,
what
it's
is
a
it?
little bit more underlying than that. The actual surface aspect of it, yeah, that's pretty much what it's about. But there's a lot of things about that movie culturally. That's why. That's why.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
like
also about
aliens,
racism.
like, in, like-
if you want to
oh.
dig in deep to it,
Oh, hey,
Well,
Fourth.
Well, racism, exploitation. There's a lot of things in there. There's a lot of undertones in that movie. I think that's why it's gotten a lot of. It's gotten a cult following.
I don't think it has cult following. I think it's always been loved since day one, though.
I think financially,
It's kind of a cult movie.
cult following. Yeah, I think it's not like a
So
blockbuster. but
Chappie, I would agree, is more of a cult movie. That one's kind of gained more love over the years. So
well, that's a cult movie. That's literally what it is.
District 9 wasn't exactly like a blockbuster, but District 9 is like a sci-fi representation for the apartheid.
yeah,
Exactly what it was. Exactly what it was.
but
Now-
it also could be an alien invasion movie.
Well,
well,
they
that's
were-
not what the
they-
movie is about,
okay,
though. It's something more than that.
They were
It's-
refugees.
That's the
Okay.
scientific element of it.
Why
That's
do you
all.
have a spray that turns people into aliens?
well,
Because
because-
all their technology worked with biomechanics, so like it was based on DNA. So him turning into an alien was an accidental result based on their technology.
I thought that aspect of it, for me, as I saw it, everybody's going to be different. Tapped into the xenophobia of a lot of it, the difference between how different species and different people were approached and treated in that movie was kind of horrific. And then you look at it, what he was trying to tell you at that time. That movie, like I said, you could get 10 people in a room, and 10 people will come up with 10 different perceptions of that movie, which is why I think it just stood the test of time.
Yeah.
How when did it come out? 2008, 2009.
2009.
My dad didn't like because he thought it was racist. Like what?
What's up?
I said my dad didn't like it because he thought it was racist. So
You know what?
clearly
Your
the
dad's
bugs
not
are.
wrong. Your dad is not.
Huh?
I mean, the way how they treat the aliens, it's almost like like in the 60s still. Like, it's how you have like those aliens in like concentration camps, like cabins, like things. Like, there's a lot of kind of stuff that goes on in that movie. It's pretty impressive.
10 different people, 20 people, 30 people. You could come out with so many different interpretations of that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So none of them are wrong. None of them are wrong. I
No.
guess. Who's seen Captain America yet?
Not me.
I haven't. I've just been so busy.
Yeah, I know.
I've
Give us
heard
your
not
rundown,
great
please.
things about it. I'm kind of like, I don't know. I know you liked it.
I had fun with it. Listen, I'm done with going into movies looking for Blade Runner 2049 or Godfather in every movie. Sometimes I just want to go in, I just want to have some fun and watch it blow up, watch people get the hell beat out of them, and have some. But this gave me more than that. Listen, and like I said in my review, I'm not a impartial judge here because I liked Captain America Winter Soldier more than or Falcon and Winter Soldier more than some may have liked it. I enjoyed.
Yeah, I like the TV show. I think the problem was that it needed more episodes to develop. That was the only problem.
that too. Yeah, I don't like the 6-episode format.
I think that had they had done it like 8 episodes or like 9, I think it would have been a lot better received.
That show's only 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was only 6. I enjoyed it. Could it have been better? Oh yeah. There's a lot of opportunity in that movie that's left on the table. I don't think enough to kill it though. I enjoyed. There's 2 particular action scenes in there. I thought they did great. The aerial scene where they're over the island, over the whatever Tiamat Island or such or whatever the fuck that was. That was cool because I like the flight things and some of the things that they don't show in the trailer that they do there were really cool, and I like the way it was filmed. The battle with the Hulk at the end, even though that was the third act, that was kind of cool too. How it goes down, how it happens, how he beats him, and how how they a lot of that stuff goes on. That's not a spoiler, like,
Yeah.
the win. But I enjoyed it. Listen, the political intrigue was there. It reminded me a lot of Winter Soldier. Not as good as Winter Soldier. Don't get me wrong.
Winter
Out of the 4
Soldier is
Captain
like my
America movies,
second favorite comic book movie of all time. I adore that film.
out of the Captain America movies, this is definitely the 4th ranked one. But the first 3, in my opinion, are 3 of the greatest, Marvel comic book movies ever made. Captain America: First Avenger is one of my favorites. When we did our top 10 of comic book movies, all the MCU ones were in the Captain America era, and then the First Avengers movie. Like I said, I thought the movie was a little bit disjointed. They introduced things to the movie that were really cool things, and I've had a problem with this in the last couple of movies that really needed more time. Like there's a particular character in there that's in the movie that ends up being really cool, but there's not enough time for that character. There are logistical conclusions that you can come to in this movie that they just jump to sometimes. The movie lays out a complex web of intrigue, but then it's like, oh, we only got this amount of time. Let's get to the point.
Didn't they do a lot of reshoots on it?
Not as many as a lot of people were saying. The director came out earlier this afternoon and said, there weren't that many reshoots. There were some reshoots, but not a lot, but none more than the actual ones that a Marvel movie already has planned into its budget, into its time anyway. But a lot of people are running with a lot of shit about this movie. I don't know why. I had fun with it. The crowd I was with had fun with it. Like I said, it had some political intrigue.
Is it Anthony Mackie's comments? I think that kind of stirred a lot of people mad a little bit.
Shit about that, to be honest with you. I don't think enough of people who were watching the coverage, really cared about this. I think the biggest problem with this movie is if it doesn't draw, and I think it's going to do decent money. I'll look at it with later on. It's the fact that Sam Wilson is not Captain America, the traditional Captain America. And he's not the permanent Captain America, by the way, not just like he wasn't in the comic books. He was, he took over for Steve Rogers, but this is the part of the story that they're telling. But it's like that concept when you have somebody who's spent 50, 60, 70, 80 years as this guy, as this person, that's who the general audience, not the comic book geek like me, the general audience connects with that character. So they see Steve Rogers is Captain America to most people. If you follow these stories, then you're going to like these stories because you understand why, where, and what. But Johnny Average is going to be like, well, wait a minute, that's Falcon. So, that's the guy that was with Captain America. So they didn't really, I think that's its biggest uphill. But everything else I thought was what
was your favorite scene?
The battle, the final battle. The final
was
battle.
That Red Hulk in the
Red Hulk. I thought that was done well. I thought that was the way he turns, and it was kind of cool. And how the strategy that Sam uses, it was really cool. I enjoyed that. If you're a fan of Vibranium, this is the best. Besides some of the Black Panther stuff, the best interpretation of what Vibranium can do, because he's taking. People were often asking me, "Well, how can Sam Wilson, who doesn't have the super serum, take on the Hulk, and that shield would be blah blah?" No, because that's what Vibranium does, and they explain in the movie. It redistributes force and power. It can actually be used as a power source for that reason. So when this class 100, ginormous, thing is pounding on this guy, he's using the vibranium to redistribute the force of the Hulk's punches, and they did it very well. He even uses wings. He does some real cool stuff with his wings that you don't see him do in the other interpretations. I like that. I had a lot of fun with the movie. I enjoyed it. Was it the best comic book movie? No. I would put it in the middle. You know how I always say like half of Marvel MCU movies to me were a waste of time? I would put it a couple of ticks above those movies, but not near like an Avengers or a Spider, a No Way Home or something like that. It gets the engine going. I'm gonna mute you for who's that? Is that? I think that might be it. It gets the engine going in the direction I think the MCU is headed in. So I'm good with it. It's a piece of the puzzle, and I'm more than happy to. There is an end credit scene. I won't tell you what it is. But I had fun with it. Got my little where's my
If you could change something about it, what would you change about it to make it more satisfying?
I would add more time to it. I would add more time to it so some of the elements that they introduce actually have time to be a part of the story, and some of the people that they introduce to it have more time to be more effective. I thought that was his weakness, is that, you threw all this stuff on the table. It's like you gave me a really cool meal to eat, right? But you only gave me like a minute to eat it. Now I have to digest all these cool things that were in front of me in a awkward pace. Still didn't kill the movie, but like I said, if you get a chance to see it, you're gonna see that there's certain things that they touch on, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Okay, then it's gone and never gets hit back on again. Or there's a certain person in here that's in this movie needed more time to be cooler than that person was, and I think that would have happened. The villain was effective. One of the other things I would say, and that goes to the time allowed for certain characters. The villain in the movie was effective, but I thought that could have used a lot more plot thicken, than they gave that particular villain. So that's about it.
Okay. I mean, I have an idea about who the villain is and who people thought it was going to be, but I don't want to give them.
Well, the trailer kind of is a dead giveaway, because when you go look at the person who's
should I say it?
No.
Should you?
Okay.
Well, it's in the trailer. The leader's in
Out of context?
He does, and that's the one thing about that is they don't. The only thing that might his appearance is going to be something that you will not necessarily expect. Him being in the movie, he's literally listed in the movie. The guy who plays him is the guy who played it. All you had to do is follow that, and then it's in the credits. But there are other elements in the movie that are not just based on. See, here's the thing about this movie: the villain, he's part of the plot, and he gets things that adversarial thing going. There is something else that's going on throughout this movie, and that I will not spoil. There's something else that's really important that's happening throughout this movie that I think sets up something else and something else after that. So that's what
have they gotten back to kind of like the cheesy fun of the Avengers and the thing? It just seems like Marvel turned so super serious and so super, like with what was that last movie after Endgame?
Eternals?
Yeah, Eternals. Like everything
Well,
was
that movie
so
wasn't really
super
good to begin with,
serious.
so that's why I don't think it really worked.
I think it's consistent with anything.
And plus, you don't want to have too much humor, because then you have something like Thor: Love and Thunder.
Well, no. Here's the thing.
Chappie, it's a comic book movie. Comic books aren't supposed to be serious.
Yeah, but comic book movies can be
supposed to be
serious in some
fantasy.
points, but there's some points where you can have your fun, like Ant-Man or like Thor Ragnarok, but sometimes you do need that seriousness in a comic book film.
Marvel Cinematic Universes are too dark. Probably almost none of them. Very few of them are too funny where it's stupid. There are some, all the Thor movies, but the vast majority of Marvel Cinematic Universe,
except for the first four, I think the first four is pretty consistent.
Have a balance to them. So they're not returning to some other era. They never really left that era of balance. It's just that certain movies took the spotlight more than others. This movie, to answer your question, Clint, is consistent with what they were doing right around the Falcon and Winter Soldier, which was a very dark movie, but had well-placed humor in it. So I thought that this got back to the other formula. Here's the thing, though. That's not always going to be the right move. There are certain stories in the MCU that you do need to be dark, because they are dark stories. So I'm okay with it here. But this movie, there's some jokes. Anthony Mackie is great in this. There's a certain joke that he tells after a conversation, and I'm not going to tell you who he has it with. He has a conversation with one person, and then that person is referenced again in a joke later on, and it's funny as hell. I like Anthony. Him and Harrison Ford are the strongest parts of the movie. I thought, like I said, I could have used more Red Hulk. I could have used more Thunderbolt Thaddeus, but I was okay with what I got. I walked out of this movie, just having fun with it. Having fun with it.
Well,
It's sad
a
that
lot of people are
Louis.
saying
It's
that,
sad that
Oh,
Louis.
no, Forrest, go ahead, and then Chappie.
A lot of people are saying that if you're kind of like down on the action and stuff in this movie, that when it comes down to Harrison Ford and Anthony Mackie bouncing dialogue off each other, they're really, really good and true to form as good actors that you recognize. Did you get
They're
a sense
really
of that,
good
William?
one-on-ones. They have some one-on-ones that I thought were really good, like when they first meet and he's the president and here it's Captain America. I thought they had some really good. I thought that Isaiah, the guy from if you watched Falcon and Winter Soldier, he figures prominently in this movie, and I didn't think I could love that character more than I already did, but I really liked him more after this. The way they set the things that he's involved in this movie, like I said, I like political intrigue. I love political intrigue movies, so that gave me that. I said I thought this movie was a good movie, not great. But worth my time, and I thought it was fun, and they're headed in a direction. Now I can kind of start seeing how they're going to handle things coming forward. Now we got
I
Thunderbolt.
think it will start getting better once Fantastic Four comes around. I think they're finally going to
I
start.
thought they
Getting
started with this movie. To be honest with you, and I think Thunderbolts is going to be my type of movie as well. And then we go to Fantastic Four. We're starting, and when I left last night, I felt myself with the momentum going in the direction where I would like to be going instead of where we've been with all these B-level and C-level rotating stories. We were dealing with B-level characters with not the A-list Captain America, but we're headed towards Fantastic Four. I can see right now the lineage between what we're doing now with Captain America, Thunderbolt, headed into Fantastic Four, and then headed into Secret Wars, Doomsday, and all that.
I'm going to be away from keyboard.
Okay.
Do you think that we'll ever see Anthony Mackie actually leading an Avengers team? I know he's technically Captain America in this movie, but
probably in Secret Wars.
Go ahead. Yes. I heard. I watched some other shows that like he's a sidekick character. He could never lead. He's not even a high ranking. Anthony Mackie is a commissioned officer in the U.S. military. He's literally a career leader. Not only does he have the experience.
Well, wasn't he in Twisted Metal?
Hold on, Jappy.
Not only does he have the experience of being the Falcon and being Captain America and all those adventures he's been in, he's literally been trained to lead men. If you're a captain in any armed force, if you're a captain in the Marines or the Army, you're a company commander. You could have anywhere from 60 to 200 people under your command, and in a war type situation, which he has been in, you're talking about decisions that are being made that could, determine whether those men and women survive or not. So, and he's a higher rank now because when you meet him when first time in Captain America, he's a captain then, and he's still in the military. As far as I know, he has not left the military. Somebody can correct me. So he's probably even higher than that. So he's a field grade officer. So he's led people into battle. Combine that with what he's done as Captain America and as Falcon. People are like, he's a psych. No, he's a military commander. He could do it. And that's why Captain America, when you first see Avengers, the first Avengers movie, where they see when Tony says, "Call it, Captain," because they all understand that this is a fight, this is a battle, and the best person to lead that battle in that particular moment is an experienced military leader. So I definitely think Sam could lead. Yeah, would I think he would be the permanent person to lead the Avengers? No, eventually there will be a Captain America to come back and be the traditional leader, because that's what that's what the story's been structured for decades upon decades. But I could see him at any given time being the leader of the Avengers or refounding the Avengers, things like that. No problem at all. Maybe that's coming because I come from a military structure, but I could definitely see him, no problem at all. Go ahead, Chappie.
Well, I was gonna say, like, wasn't he in Twisted Metal, the video game TV show?
Yeah.
Then he leading that TV show. So it's like, I mean, I think he's.
Oh, he's talking about not the actor. Could Sam?
Yeah, I thought you were talking about the actor. Could he?
No. Okay, I got you. Oh no, he's talking about could Sam. That is what you're asking me, right? For whether Sam Wilson could lead an Avengers team?
Oh, if Sam Wilson could what? Say that last part one more time.
Were you asking me whether Anthony Mackie as an actor would be suitable to be a leader?
Oh no, just within the story,
Sorry.
does his
Okay,
character
no.
ever lead an Avengers team, and do you see that happen?
Now I understand.
Yeah, I say absolutely yes. Other people might say no, but if you understand the way the military structure works, what he would have been through before he even put on the wings, he would have a leadership concept that most of those people, the only other person that would have a stronger leadership concept that of active Avengers would have been Captain America himself, Steve Rogers. Hi, Larry.
Larry,
What's up? Do I sound okay?
Yeah, you sound
Yeah,
fine.
you sound fine.
Mita Wits. What's going on?
Hey,
Been here in a
what's
while,
up?
man? We missed you.
Hell yeah. No, it's good to see you guys. I've been on a different schedule. I miss Spidey too. He's been on a different schedule, I think, too.
Yeah, I was wondering what was going on with him. I haven't seen him in quite a while. He must be on like overnights or something, or what?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I wrote to him on Discord. He said he was on a different work schedule, I think.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, I'm going to see Cap 4 in like 3.5 hours.
Like I
Oh,
said, let me
shoot.
know what you think. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm excited. Hey, I'm excited, man.
You
You
know how well I
I
think that Rotten Tomatoes is useless, but I'm curious just to see.
I think it has like a 54%.
That's critics. I don't care about those guys. I really don't. I don't. I
Me too. I don't care at all.
No, I mean I've heard good things from Who were you saying? Yeah.
Everybody off the internet, everybody that's not on a YouTube channel, I've heard, including the people, because I had a contest to where people that can come with me, we want a drawing, and so right now it's got a 79 audience score, which is pretty good.
That's not bad.
But I think that's gonna go. Like I said, I enjoyed it, but I think that
My friend saw the movie and he went in with like really low expectation. He actually really liked the movie.
yeah, I went in with the
Yeah.
I thought
And
they
you know,
met
and what's sad about it is when he did a review of it, someone actually called him a Disney shill just for
I've seen
liking
Nice.
it.
Yeah,
Of
I don't
course.
know.
That's what's gonna
that's the
happen.
internet. That's the internet.
No, I'll tell you,
That's the weird trend now. It's like every time when you
Go ahead,
like,
let Larry go. Let Larry go. Now,
no, it's okay. I mean, Chappie's right. I was gonna say that it's like, if people like it, they're like, oh, you're a shill. But like I've noticed that it goes the other way too. Sometimes in a movie, they're like, if you don't like it, it's because you're racist. And I know I'm not talking about this one, but
Yeah.
I don't agree with that anyway. But the thing is, I noticed something. Like all the people that I politically agree with that I've seen review it are like, yeah, it's decent. Like it's not the greatest thing, but it's not bad, and it has good acting. And
yeah,
everyone's saying that Harrison Ford is really good in it, and that that they're all good, and it's like a decent action, and the effects are okay. And then I see people that are a little more like right wing, and they're like, it's garbage, and I'm like, whoa.
it's the worst
Like,
thing ever
what?
made.
Yeah, or I've heard people say, "Oh, I'm going to see Captain Anti-America today."
well,
I'm like,
what's
wow,
good
because
is,
he's black. I love it.
It's the
I
whole
think
woke
it
crap.
was because of his comments.
I know, but it's because he's black. Fourth, you know it. Come on, man. I'm not talking about everyone, but there are certain people who care. His comments were fine, by the way, in my opinion.
most of the people
People that want to run with the negative comments and then or his flub, even after he apologized for it, they want to hold him to it.
I don't think that's stopping anybody from going to see the movie that wasn't going to go see the
Of course
movie. anyway.
not.
Here's the
Of
thing,
course
though.
not.
Thaddeus Ross, if you know the character of Thaddeus Ross and how he's been portrayed anywhere, you could easily align him up with a certain someone. And
Yeah, I already heard that too.
certain someone is
He's the
currently
president.
This guy's
Yeah.
playing the president. The parallels there. So people who are
Hey,
who might be from the right might be looking at this like, oh, you're making fun of Trump. I'm like, no, Thaddeus Ross was an asshole of a comic book character long before anybody
He's-
knew Trump.
He's
see,
always been.
I'll tell you something funny. What I've heard is people saying not that, oh, they're making him like Trump. I've heard people say the lefties are saying he's like Trump. And we're like,
Didn't
yeah,
they?
because he
I
is.
heard the same thing with when they did Pedro Pascal's character. I don't remember his name. In Wonder Woman
Really?
1980. Yeah, in
Maxwell
84.
Lord? No
Someone said that
way.
he was. So yeah,
Yeah,
I heard someone
Really?
said that like he was like an
Shouldn't say
allegory
Maxwell.
for Trump.
See, I mean, are they just gonna call any
Everything
like,
is
you know,
politicized
corporate-
I don't
today.
know.
No,
If
it's
you
like
go
a
see the movie,
corporate.
though. If you go
But
see
yeah,
the movie,
but no, but
there's
I'll
something that happens in the movie that justifies the comparisons. It's hilarious. There is something, no matter what side of the aisle you're on, there's something that,
Hey.
that good old Thunderbolt does that is like, oh shit. That's
I think it's fine too. To be honest, I think that's fine because movies should be commentary, and also, I mean,
so just go watch it.
The-
Well,
The only thing I would
another thing you got to think
One at
about
a time,
this.
guys, one at a time, one at a time. Go ahead, Clint.
This movie was made before he got elected.
true.
You know, so
And the thing is, yeah, you're right about that. I mean, there are. We could all agree. Like there are certain things that it is commenting Trump. Like the Boys writers have admitted, like Homelander, like killing the person in front of everyone and getting away with it, or like when there were explosions and he's like, no, it's safe. Go out, go to the movies. That was Trump during COVID. Like, and they've admitted it. So, and I also think that in Joker, I think Thomas Wayne was kind of Trumpy in the Joker.
We've been writing these stories. We've been watching these stories for 80 years. They've always been that way.
I don't know if I think he was Trump, but I do agree that he was kind of
It's up to the perception of the viewer, though. The viewer.
He almost like looked like him.
not really.
No, but the fact that he was like, no, but think about this, Chappie. The fact that he was like, I think I'm going to run for mayor. He was just a rich guy. And he was
Yeah.
like, I'm going to get into politics. Like, that's
He was
Trump.
a
And you
petty
know what
rich
else?
dude, that I know.
And Chappie, don't you think that Max Shrek was kind of Trump in Batman Returns?
I have
'Cause
seen
I think
him in
he
a long-
was.
I haven't seen a movie in a long time.
I think
Christopher Walken. Even
Wayne
the
was
name,
good.
Max Shrek. Uh-huh. Sorry, Fourth, what'd you say?
I think was Bruce Wayne's dad. I called him Jonathan Wayne. I fucked that up.
Oh,
But
Thomas.
Bruce Wayne's Thomas Wayne. There you go. It's brain fart there for a minute. Was gonna be was poised to be more Trumpian when Alec Baldwin was supposed to play the character and then dropped out.
Whoa, I didn't even know he was going to play him.
Yeah, that
He was
an odd-
anytime you
that
have
would've
a
been an
villain,
odd casting
Because
choice.
he
I'm
hates
kinda-
him, so he would have done it. What did you say, William? Sorry.
Anytime you have a villain and a fictional villain and what is perceived to be a real life villain, it's always going to be up to the perception of the audience member. If that
Yes.
audience member perceives that person to be a villain, then that person's going to start making comparisons. If you don't see him being a villain, you're going to think that person being persecuted. That's been that way since they've been putting pen to paper, possibly rock to stone. And that hasn't changed. There's nothing new about that. The only thing that seems new about that is we have a way to spread our opinions that we didn't have in the previous decades. That
It's
we
the
have.
internet. It's all, we just see it immediately. Well, I'll say the last thing I'll say about it real quick is I don't think Thaddeus is like, I mean, I haven't seen the new movie, but I don't think Thunderbolt is that much of a villain. I mean, I don't know the comics that well, but at least his portrayal in the movie is like, he thinks he's doing the right thing, right? I don't think Trump has any principles at all. I think maybe Thunderbolt is misguided.
His Thunderbolt's instincts have always been bad.
But he's like Lex Luthor, right? It's still for the betterment of people, right?
Well, no,
like,
because I would expect more from Thunderbolt because he's a U.S. Army general.
Yeah,
he's a general and he's a war general. He knows what it means to make bad decisions that can get people killed. He knows he's had to write the death letters. If you're a general in the army or any type of civilian leadership in the military structure, when somebody dies under your command, you're part of that notification. You know what it means. It's not just a cartoon game. So that is Thunderbolt, and throughout his career and in this movie, does things that are contrary to what he is supposed to be. He literally defies and betrays his ethics that he was trained on. He puts people in harm's way. He causes radical damage. He puts his own soldiers and his own people in.
So he really doesn't have principles. He really doesn't at all. Interesting.
All for the obsession to get one guy. and
Wow.
that's what, and they touch
So,
on
so is he like Captain Ahab?
Yeah, it's his white whale, right? Or his green whale.
but worse. All Captain Ahab had is he cost the lives of his shipmates.
But was he always like that?
Yeah, you're talking
Thaddeus?
about, yeah, he always been, and remember in the comics he becomes a Red Hulk because of his obsession with trying to defeat the Hulk. He consults with
Yeah.
the leader. He consults with the leader to make him a version of the Hulk, so when he finds the Hulk, he can destroy him. That's where his obsession has led him. His
No,
obsession.
but I mean before the Hulk, was he like a good person?
and
So it's just the obsession that made him.
from the moment you see him here, he's a jackass.
Yeah.
He's a jackass.
It's gonna be cool to see Harrison Ford play an asshole.
He does him well. He does him well. He even
He's
has-
only
It's
done that
kinda
like once or
sad that
twice.
William Hurt couldn't do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Obviously. All right, guys, we
It
got
is
about
sad.
13 more minutes. and
Should
then
have
we're
been
gonna-
Ed Harris instead of Harrison Ford.
I
Oh,
actually
yeah.
went to
I-
camp
you
with.
know what? When you see the movie, Harrison Ford is the right guy.
Is it?
When you see the movie,
Oh, I
and
bet.
you understand what's going on, and it's not just wow, a bunch of wind just came through. It's not just the Red Hulk persona that that you need to be telling the story through. It's the president, President Ross aspect of it, and his decision making and how they juxtapose on his decision making that he's made of the general. They bring up the fact that his recklessness has cost people lives and all that, and the media is holding him accountable for that. And part of the movie is him trying to say, "I'm not that guy anymore," and all this and that. Believe me. So yeah,
Yeah. And he's,
put it
yeah.
on Harrison Ford was the right guy for this role.
That's cool.
Like I said, I enjoyed this movie. I thought we're going to go into more detail tomorrow. I'm going to do a spoiler review tomorrow. I'm doing the Saturday night show, but I really enjoyed. I had a lot of fun with it. Like hold on for a second.
Nice. Oh, and I'm gonna say R.I.P. to William Hurt and shout out to Alex Hurt, who is his son that I went to camp with one summer.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was funny. We were at camp and we must. Oh, sorry. What?
Oh, go
Oh,
go
that might have
ahead
been
with your
William.
story. I was just going to talk about Excalibur a little bit.
Oh, cool. No, we should get into that too. No, I was just gonna say I went to camp with Alex Hurt, and like one summer, we're like 10 years old, and the way that I found out that he was William Hurt's son was because my parents would send me Cracked magazine to my camp in the mail, and like Mad magazine and Cracked magazine, and like in one of the Cracked magazines there was like some picture of like, I don't know, it looked like a Weekend Update from SNL like type thing, and it was like William Hurt like at a table with someone, and he's like, "Oh, that's my dad," and we're all like, "Oh, that's funny." And he's like, "No, it is. That's my dad." And we're like, "Oh," and then he came on visiting day, and I saw him for a second, and ever since then, I'm like, "Oh man."
How
I don't
was
know
he?
what the hell just happened out here, but the wind and they picked up out of nowhere, man.
How was he?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I heard a couple bad things about him, but he seemed nice.
Yeah, Excalibur has a young Helen Mirren in it.
Oh, that's
She's
right.
so freaking hot in it. It also has Patrick Stewart, who looks exactly the same as he does today. And this movie was in the 80s.
Oh, of course.
And bold.
Who else is in it? It's not Sean Connery, right?
That
No,
a hot
Patrick
Helen
Stewart.
Mirren?
It's Patrick Stewart. Okay. Yeah.
There's the popcorn, one of the popcorn buckets from the.
I gotta see
Whoa.
what Helen
That's a
looks like
popcorn
hot.
bucket.
She
No,
was
Yeah, of
young.
course, she was hot.
She's still a good-looking older lady.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Whoa. Draw the line right there, buddy. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
This is
Wait,
kind
so
of
this is. Oh, okay, cool.
that's the
What is that from?
Huh?
What is that
That's
from?
the new one.
Bucket.
just from the movie. I got the popcorn bucket.
Yeah, so the popcorn bucket is a spoiler, first of all. I love it,
No, it's not.
right?
No,
It's not? Because I heard something about his helmet being a little like Ant-Man like or something.
You see, he's wearing his helmet in the trailer. When he drops down, he has this on, and he disappears. Yeah, this is when he's flying over the island.
That's a Captain America helmet?
Yeah, that's his flight helmet.
Yeah, but not everyone even saw the trailer. They might get the bucket and be like, what is this? I mean, it looks cool.
Listen.
Oh, I thought he just wore goggles. I didn't wear a helmet.
Nah, but there's when you see
You should
the
have a
movie-
helmet.
when you see
Captain
the
America
movie,
wears a helmet.
when you
Sorry
see
to
the movie,
interrupt.
Yeah,
fighting over when he's fighting the jets, he's flying so fast that the goggles won't do it. He's flying at supersonic speed, taking on F-35s. So he's wearing this. He's wearing this, and that's why the oxygen
in
thing.
the high altitude.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's got the wings on the side. So,
I was gonna ask you.
Put it on, Will.
No, I was gonna tell
probably-
William. I know William talked
Can you
about
hear?
this yesterday. I think it was on Wednesday or Thursday. I don't remember, but like I told him, I think the reason why they won't do the Thing sequel with John Carpenter is because so many people think that it will botch the original ending, the mystery of it. That's why I don't think they'll do a sequel to it.
No. If they can make money off it, they'll do it.
I wonder if they could do a
and I think the other reason why is because the Thing prequel bombed, and that's why they don't.
Yeah,
think
that's
that,
true. That's the real
Where
reason.
else do you see the thing, though?
Not necessarily. These guys. First of all, that's like 14 years ago. They don't keep that kind of stuff in their mind when they think they can make money now. Because if they have John Carpenter available now and they attach him, if Jason Blum attaches him to that project, whatever happened in 2011 ain't going to have any factor on that one. They're going to take that opportunity if they think they can make. And they are in development, by the way. Blumhouse is in development.
Yeah, but it will probably be like a Peacock series, not a movie.
It's
What do you think it's possible for them to do a sequel and not explain who it was at the end? Even if it has
You
Kurt
could.
Russell. Have you been like wondering the whole time?
I mean, at first I
I
thought
wouldn't do it that way, but you could do it that way, no problem.
It might be
No,
kind of cool to be like, you still
thing-
don't know what it is. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of know the answer. I perfectly think it was. I don't think neither one of them was the Thing.
Well, yeah, because I told you that. Yeah, I told you they were not. That's why you don't think.
Yeah, I know.
told
And,
you.
and then I thought about it for like a long
I
time.
told
I
you
was like,
it's a
yeah, William might be right about this. Yeah, I don't think they would. Thing.
Well, you might be right.
Well, no,
Of course he was
okay.
trying. No, I'm just kidding.
My explanation for
No,
this
I'm
one-
not kidding.
the
Well, when
explanation
it comes to open-ended movies, whatever you think, you're right.
Well, if
Yeah,
you go
true.
based on what they go throughout the movie, right? The Thing only attacks when it's cornered or when it's alone with another being, and unless it has to. It doesn't really disclose itself unless it has to. If they're the last two and one of those is the Thing, then there's nothing stopping that thing from consuming the other and then basically going into deep freeze. So neither one of them were the Thing, in my opinion. They had gotten it. I still think there are elements of the Thing in that camp that could easily escape, and that gives you your sequel. But you don't have to answer. The answer's already there, in my opinion. But you don't have to.
See,
elaborate on
that's
that.
cool to just. Yeah, it's like it was just their paranoia and fear ends up killing them in the end. It's like
Which as a Cold
It
War
could-
movie, that's what it was. The paranoia and fear of the other and all that. That's what they capitalized on.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what the original one capitalized on. That's what a lot of those movies from the 1950s and throughout the mid 80s capitalized on. So
Hey,
I
William.
actually saw that. Oh, sorry. Yeah, go for it.
I was.
Oh no,
gonna-
just real quick. You had a new member that wanted to come on and say something. That Jurassic guy. I don't know if
Oh,
we'll do
yeah.
that before we wrap up.
Could you
but-
put the Patreon link? So he wanted to join, I think.
I got to be done in here in 5 minutes. I only had an hour for today because
He
I got
wants to
another
be
show
a
I'm gonna do.
Patreon.
Oh, you want to be a Patreon? Here, I'll put the link in.
Well, he
I
wanted to
think he
join,
wanted
but
It's in the description. It's in the description, but here. But yeah, we'll do more of these. Like I said, I just had an hour today to give you guys, and then like I said, I got a lot of stuff going on today, but I really wanted to get one of these. And for those of you who are members on the YouTube members, we'll begin with you on Sunday prior to the Daredevil watch along. So there you go. There's
Listen,
the link.
William.
What's that?
do you
And
guys
also-
remember the?
You-
Monty
Just-
Python and the Holy Grail is copying Excalibur.
Oh, interesting.
You
I
can
believe
just
it.
walk away, William, and just leave us to. We'll handle the stream. We wake up in the morning. You'll find that
Yeah.
your stream is
we're
still
not gonna do
there,
that
and you
today.
just hit close, and it'll be all right.
12-hour
think
stream
US
would be great.
Hold on, guys.
The U.S. agent in general is not. He's a complex character. He's not really. He starts out as a villain, but he is a well-intentioned patriot, and certain people take advantage of that. And as he progresses as a character, he actually becomes something you can root for. And I really loved him in Falcon and Winter Soldier. I really, really like that character. I like Wyatt. Why I
Why
said
was
he's
it
a
More
great?
Russell.
character.
He's easily
We
the
just
best
went from
part.
Russell to Russell.
Oh yeah, thing. There you go.
Oh, the best part of Falcon and Winter Soldier, Chappie.
Yeah, I loved why Russell.
Yeah,
Do you
Yeah,
have
I
to,
think I'm gonna love him in Thunderbolts.
do you
All right,
have to
guys.
see Winter Soldier and or whatever the Falcon and Winter Soldier
yeah.
to enjoy the movie?
Good question.
Probably not.
Unfortunately, I don't know if I'm the right guy because I did. You
Hmm.
don't have.
It's probably better if you have,
I
but
think
you
it's
don't
better
necessarily
because
have to. Yeah.
There's a central character that you have to understand what that central character has gone through to understand his plight in this show. I would lean yes on that one, Clint.
Okay,
It's
I'll
only like
probably
6
watch
So
it
what
over the
was it
weekend.
like when
Wait,
you
one at a time,
one,
guys.
one more question I will ask you, William, before you leave. What was it like promoting the Thing prequel? Because I know
Everything.
they didn't do a really good job marketing, and that's why it bombed.
The biggest problem that it had is people didn't know. They thought it was a remake.
Well, why
That's
not
the
call
part-
it The Thing Awakened? Like, how easy is it? Like, why did they just call it The Thing? Like, that's just so dumb to me.
Well,
Yeah,
Why
that
not
was
make
weird.
a better movie, Chappie? I mean, that's an unanswerable question.
Hey, both. Yeah, you're both right though. Why just call it the thing? I thought it was a remake.
yeah, most people thought it was a remake,
Big
and most
thing.
people were turned off by that fact. So they didn't.
Well,
do a good job.
they also hate the fact that they replaced the practical effect with CGI. I think that also hurt it too.
Do you
All
guys
right,
remember that?
You're gonna have to get over.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I say one thing real quick, William?
Sure.
I was gonna say, do you remember that X-Files episode that was based on the thing?
Vaguely.
I thought they had
It
the
was
black
like
goose or whatever.
no, it wasn't the Black Goo. This was like early on where it was like this parasite, like this worm in the
Was it
Arctic.
Superman?
And they like
Superman? Was it
What?
Superman? Yeah, I have to go back and look. We're gonna have to review X Files, by the way. That show.
oh, it was. I think it was called Ice, but they were all like they didn't know who the worm was in someone, and they didn't know who it was. They all got paranoid. It was basically the thing. Yeah, it was cool.
All right, guys, that's it for this show. We are going to do more Patreon specials like this. We'll do like I said. Oh my goodness! Wow,
What?
What happened?
For like 20 minutes.
It got so strong. It just blew everything over. So I got to go. All right, guys.
William's got to deal with the
see ya.
wind.
We will do more. of
It's
this.
only been like 20 minutes, William. It's early.
I know
been
this is kind of the
1
short
hour.
man.
Okay.
We will see you guys for sure tomorrow at 2 p.m. If you're in Excalibur, we'll be doing the watch along and later on for our overnight show. Good night and thanks for the support. If you're a Patreon, if you did not get a chance to jump on, still thank you for the support. Goodbye, guys.